Good day, everyone. Today we are presenting our case study on Smart Cafe, a local startup that aims to digitalize its coffee shop operation. The goal is to create two Android applications that work together to make sales tracking and reporting seamless. This solution will improve efficiency, reduce manual errors, and provide real-time insight for the cafe owner. Before that, I want to introduce myself. My name is Kunath Shanmuganathan, and my team consists of Hema Kumari and Rajwe Singh. Each of us contributed to different aspects of the project, including designing the architecture, selecting data persistence methods, and ensuring the solution meets both technical and business requirements. Firstly, let me explain the overall structure. The Smart Cafe system will have two main apps, that is, Smart Cafe Cashier app and Smart Cafe Manager app. So for the Smart Cafe Cashier app, which is used by cashier to record daily sales, customer orders, and payment information, and for the Smart Cafe Manager app, which is used by the cafe owner or manager to monitor sales reports, total revenue, and inventory levels. So the challenge is to ensure these apps share data securely without relying on external servers. Secondly, let's look at the data persistence methods we selected for different modules. For the first one, for user login and app settings, we use share preference because it is lightweight and perfect for storing small key value data like login status and theme settings. The second one, for sales transaction, we use SQLite database since it supports structured data, queries, and offline access, which is essential for reliability. And the last one, for reports and summaries, we use files in CSV or JSON format because they allow easy export and sharing. For example, emailing daily sales reports to the manager. Finally, this combination ensures efficiency, security, and scalability for Smart Cafe.
Okay, let's continue with application content provider. What is application content provider? A content provider is a secure way for two Android apps to share data with each other. Why we use it? Each app's data is private by default. The cashier app needs data like menu, prices, and orders from the manager app. So we use a content provider to safely share the data. Then how it works? The manager app creates a content provider that stores and manage the cafe data. The cashier app uses a special address called a URL to request data from it, and then data can only be shared if permission is given, keeping it secure. Example flow is first the cashier app inserts daily sales into its SQLite database, and then the manager app uses a content resolver to query the data from the cashier's content provider using URLs such as content slash com dot smartcafe dot cashier provider slash sales, and then the manager apps displays total daily sales, most sold item, and revenue summaries. Benefits of content provider: first, promoters can consistency between both apps, and then ensure security and control access. Only Smart Cafe Manager can read the sales data, and then avoid manual export or import. Sharing is handled automatically within the Android framework. Then lastly, improve real-time updates between apps. For example, Manager app can refresh to view new sales instantly.
Next, we will be discussing about entrepreneurial decisions and their influence based on the app for the manager app and the cashier app. So for our first entrepreneurial factor, it is cost efficiency. Cost efficiency has some influence on our design. Using built-in Android features such as SQLite, shared preferences, and content provider, it helps Smart Cafe to avoid external services or paid APIs. This keeps development affordable for small startups. Since Smart Cafe is a small startup company, they don't have to spend a lot just to build their app to be perfect. Next is scalability. SQLite supports moderate data volumes, and the design allows migration to cloud databases, for example, Firebase, in the future if the business expands to multiple branches. This means that Smart Cafe can expand their database into cloud in case their company becomes more successful, so they can expand it to make it into a cloud-based database. For now, they can keep it into a private database so they can access their own database easier. So for our next entrepreneurial factor, we have customer satisfaction. Data sharing ensures accurate sales tracking and faster reporting, reducing manual work and errors. Reliable performance improves trust in the system. This means that the data that the customer gives us will ensure that we have accurate sales, which means the customer will have their correct orders, and they can also track their orders faster, and we will also give them faster reporting, which means the delivery, is it out of delivery or stuff like that. And it also reduce manual work and errors for the workers in Smart Cafe. So this will help the app to be more reliable, and the users can trust this app more. The users can have strong trust in this app. The next is data security. Using content providers with permission controls ensures that sensitive business data is shared only between authorized Smart Cafe apps, protecting customer and financial information. So this means that cashier will have customers' information, while cashiers will have all the financial information, where else the manager app will have all the customer information and stuff like that, just so everyone can control their own database. And lastly is future growth. The system is modular, which means future versions can integrate inventory tracking, loyalty programs, or cloud sync without major redesign. This means that if the company suddenly becomes successful, instead of redesigning their app fully, they can still use their prototype and upgrade it in the future, adding inventory tracking, loyalty programs, which means that users can get prizes based on how much they spend, or cloud sync without major redesign, which means they can cloud sync their database instead of storing it privately, in which if they store it privately, they might lose their data. That's all from our group. Thank you very much.